Game one of the post-Boogie era, and not a good one for the Pelicans today. New Orleans fans will be asking what could have been for a long time. The Pelicans won for the 7th time in the last 8 games Friday, and then they lost one of their stars. DeMarcus Cousins, of course, out for the season. Anthony Davis now shouldering a much larger load, and against the Clippers today, the Pelicans couldn't hold up. It was actually good early. E'Twaun Moore to Anthony Davis. New Orleans led by 13 at halftime, but then they sort of fell apart in the third quarter when Lou Williams on the break would knock down this three. The Clippers had gone ahead. And Alvin Gentry now needs to find new rotations that will work. Drew Holiday will have to do a lot more every night. He helped the Pelicans stay close for a while. He had 20, including those two, but Blake Griffin and company pulled away. Griffin has really expanded his game. The Clippers win in New Orleans, 112-103. Andrew Doak has more from the Smoothie King Center.
Getting used to life without DeMarcus Cousins will take time, there's no doubt about it, but the Pelicans controlled as much as a 21-point lead over the Clippers in the first half, a 10-point lead at halftime. But third quarter collapses were something that happened even when Cousins was on the floor. Speaking with players after the game, they had the shots, they had the looks, they just didn't knock them down.
Especially today, we got a lot of good wide open shots, the ones that we want, but I think they're all short. That's why I think our legs were a little sluggish, but I mean, really, we just got to go back and watch film and see what happened.
We just didn't happen to knock down a lot of shots. I mean, a lot of our offensive firepower is gone, as you know, but I think it's just some adjustments that we have to do.
You know, we have those shots. Yeah, you have to step in and make them, and if you don't, then you got at least we got to get back and be able to guard defensively.
It's now the 5th time this season the Pelicans have controlled a 10-point or more halftime lead and still gone on to lose the game. That's the most in the NBA this season. Till then, here at the Smoothie King Center, Andrew Doak, Eyewitness Sports.
And we'll have a lot more about life without Boogie tonight on 4th Down on 4. Andrew reports from the Smoothie King Center. Ricardo Lecomte will also profile 2 local players at the Senior Bowl, John Ehret's Darrell Williams and Jesuits' Tanner Lee, the latest on the Drew Brees contract situation as both number 9 and Saints GM Mickey Loomis address it, and Thomas Morstead gives back. Great stuff, 4th Down on 4, next here on Channel 4. And a huge win this afternoon for the LSU women, hosting 10th-ranked Tennessee. This Ayanna Mitchell basket put the Tigers ahead, and they wouldn't give up the lead after that. LSU goes to 13-6 on the season. They get the upset, 70-59. 7 Saints play their final football game of the season today, and it turned into an interesting day for Drew Brees. And as we showed you, the little number 9s when sports continues. This sort of hurts to watch. That's the Philadelphia Eagles arriving at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. The Super Bowl is a week from today. The Patriots fly out tomorrow morning. Now, for Saints fans, it really is a tough pill to swallow. But right now in Minneapolis, it's 14 degrees. Next year's Super Bowl is in Atlanta, where right now it's 55 degrees. Could you imagine the Saints in a Super Bowl in Atlanta? Wow, Drew Brees and company had to be content with Orlando this January in the Pro Bowl, where the game barely resembles football with pretty much no tackling. Brees was terrific. He only played the first 2 series of the first quarter of the game. He was 7 of 9, took the NFC straight down the field through the touchdown pass to Adam Thielen of the Minnesota Vikings. And Brees' boys actually delivered the game's hardest hits while Dad was being interviewed on the sideline. 7 Saints played in the game. Here it'll be cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie, 21 years old. He's the youngest Saint to ever play in a Pro Bowl. Lattimore with the PBU on the Ben Roethlisberger pass. The NFC led, the AFC rallied. This is Lutcher's Jarvis Landry catching along when Landry will soon be a free agent. I've said this before. Landry would look great in black and gold. He's a third down machine, a terrific blocker if you could make the money work. Imagine Mike Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Ted Ginn, and Alvin Kamara together in the passing game. Anyway, the AFC won 24-23. And how does Nick Saban, the Alabama coach, consistently sign the best recruiting class year after year? Sure, he wins, but really he does it by dancing. That's Saban in Slidell trying to woo Salmon DB Eddie Smith with the Cupid Shuffle. Nick Saban, a social media dancing marvel. and it's going nuts on social media. 4th down on 4 next. Lots of great stuff. Kristen.
Hey, whatever works, though. If
Whatever
it works,
works.
it works, right? So, Alex.